adjust the models to account for the fact that not all these particles are really spheres?
As of this year, we can. So a team made up of Stuart Hawkins at Macquarie University in Australia, Mahadevan Ganesh of Colorado School of Mines, and Darko Volkov of Worcester Polytechnic in the US published a paper in March on an algorithm they created that addresses this problem. So I'll let Stuart Hawkins tell you a bit more about how this came up.
Well, this work was inspired by Michael Box, who was a physicist at UNSW. He's retired now. But he gave a really nice talk where he explained that there was this need for algorithms that could simulate light scattering by aerosols, because there was a lot of uncertainty into how much light they absorb or scatter, and it was important for global warming. And we had an algorithm that could simulate scattering, but it only worked for metallic scatterers, and it didn't work in its form then for aerosols, because they're not opaque. The light actually travels through them, and that makes it a lot more difficult. But we tried to come up with an equation for these translucent scatterers, but we ended up with two equations that we needed to solve at the same time. And so the algorithm that we had didn't quite work for that, and so we ended up spending a long time trying to find a way to solve these two equations together. It was about 15 years.
15 years to solve two equations. I mean, I'm sure it's really hard. But that's a really long time.
That's how hard it was, Caroline. Again, I'm oversimplifying for sure, but essentially we use this one mathematical equation to look at how light interacts with particles, and an efficient way to solve these using computers to make what mathematicians call a T-matrix. So that's equated numbers that contain all the information about how a particle scatters light at a particular frequency. And by using this matrix, climate scientists can calculate how light passes through a column of air containing these particles, and they can build more accurate climate models. He's made the app open access, so any scientist can use it. It's called the T-Mat Solver. Professor Hawkins says scientists can find the shape that fits their data. They can apply the T-matrix to predict behavior at all other wavelengths of interest, and voila.
So now, because of this work, we can figure out how irregularly shaped particles are affecting climate change.
Not just that. So here's Stuart Hawkins again.
So we can use it to simulate any kind of